Good evening, and welcome everyone to the 98th Commencement Ceremony of St. Genevieve High School for the class of 2013. I would also like to welcome those watching this via closed circuit in the auditorium, and to those watching graduation streamed live via the internet. I ask that everyone please remember this commencement ceremony is an important occasion for our graduates, families, and friends. It represents the culmination of 13 years of work. Although it is a happy time, it should be a ceremony and not a celebration. Your conduct at the ceremony should be dignified. Our bleachers are noisy. Please limit movement up and down the bleachers. We also ask that you turn off your cell phones or other electronic devices that might interfere with this ceremony. We thank you for your cooperation. I now call on the senior class president, Mr. Adam Paul Schwinn, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call on the 2013 salutatorian, Miss Brittany Jean Gross.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2013 Commencement Ceremony. Class of 2013, our time has finally come. We have made it. This was not an easy ride, but here we are, all of us, for the very last time. Looking back on this 13-year ride, the only word I have to describe this class is unique. Whether that be in the way we did some teen crazy our freshman year, placed last each homecoming in float building, our film The First Lift Up, there will never be another class quite like ours. It seems like only yesterday our journey began, and we were worrying about who we were going to play with during recess. Then before we knew it, we were square dancing and rapping with the presidents to end our elementary career. Sure, we didn't think too much of this, however, because we would be with the same people, just in a different building. Then, when the end of middle school came, we went timidly into high school. Little did we know that out of all 13, these 4 would be the most memorable years of our lives. The first day of freshman year came, and we were trying to remember our locker combinations and not be pushed around by the seniors. During that year, a lot of us had many firsts. First varsity football games, first marching band performances, and first homecomings. This was only the beginning. Then came sophomore year, and with that came maturity, and for many of us, a car. We had successfully mastered getting to school as late as possible, running up the hill, and still not being late to class. Next, junior year, and that one was action-packed, with the powder puff game, prom, and watching Mr. Thompson fall like a donkey during donkey basketball. By the end, we were confident in our ability to take over as seniors. Finally, we entered our senior year, the year of last. Many of us this year had many last. Last cross-country races, last organization meetings, and last proms. And here we are, left with only the memories to hold on to. And sitting next to us, the people who, for the most part, have been with us from the beginning. As we get ready to leap into the next step of our lives, these people will no longer be by our sides. Instead, each of us now has our own path to follow. As we get ready to start this new chapter, it is crucial to remember we did not get here alone. Without the help and support of our teachers and parents, I think it is safe to say none of us would be here today. I especially know I would not be where I am without my mother, so thank you. And thank you to everyone who has supported us along the way. So let us not be sad, this is our last meeting, but joyous to the future we have waiting for us. As Steve Jobs once said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Thank you.
I now call on Mr. John Mooney for the presentation of the Instrumental Music Awards.
I have two awards to give this evening, the Louis Armstrong Award and the John Philip Sousa Award. These represent the culmination of, for some of these students, 7 years of musical study. So first off, the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, Dylan Hook. And the John Philip Sousa Award goes to Desiree Reed.
I now call on Ms. Michelle Jokers for the presentation of the National Choral Award.
This year's National Choral Award goes to Mr. Jordan Upchurch.
I now call on Mr. Jeff Nix for the presentation of the 2013 Athletic Awards.
This year's Armella Peterson Award for Outstanding Senior Female Athlete goes to Miss Paige Smelsley. This year's Mal Kimmel Award for the Outstanding Senior Male Athlete goes to Mr. Clayton Gilo.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call on the 2013 valedictorian, Miss Rachel Elise Palmer.
A beloved mentor of mine, Mrs. Newman, once said, "Use all of the colors in your crayon box like you would use all of your talents to be the best person you can be before giving me a pack of 64 Crayola crayons." When I look upon the box, I see the memories of my childhood, with my parents always in the front row, beaming with pride at who I've become, and my sister Caitlin providing her unwavering support as my best friend.
In addition, I see the similarities between the class of 2013 and the colorific wonders of new crayons. Everyone is different. There are those who are bright and bold, who stand out in darkness. Some were specially created to coordinate well with others. We have those who seem silent, yet have a particular purpose for the perfect occasion. Yet when we all come together, we're a masterpiece. Before the class of 2013 is pulled out of the crayon box, I would like to share 3 pieces of advice. First, know that you have a brand name, but it's not Crayola. Here at St. Gen, learning wasn't simply something we had to do, but it was something that we wanted to do. Mr. Ruck's college preparatory American history classes made every person and event come to life in a remarkable story. Even though Mr. Zusman always seemed hilariously ridiculous when covered in aluminum powder or eating dry ice, he was always there to give sincere encouragement. These teachers, in addition to many others, sought to be more than just mentors, but to also be guiding lights in our educational paths. There were days when we walked down the hallways together as a St. Gen family, when coming to school didn't just mean going to classes, but it meant we could dress up to support our teams on crazy spirit days, then head out to the field or court and support them in our unforgettable cheer section. We could video hundreds of students supporting organizations, lip singing, and synchronize to the wobble for a lift up. When we cried, it was because we were laughing so hard at inside jokes that no one else could ever understand. When you look back, remember where you came from, because you will always be a dragon. My second piece of advice is to remember who you are and your role in society. Although a white crayon blends well to white paper, it can make for a beautiful white Easter egg. Who you are going to be is dependent on where you find you belong. For me and for many of you, being myself meant finding a group of friends who are there to support me and encourage me in staying true to myself while I progress in my college career at Truman State University. Fortunately, I was blessed to have my best friend and physics buddy, Rachel Huck, to give me confidence and always challenge me to find a new level of learning. Another way to discover yourself is to find success, happiness, and love through hard work and perseverance. The story of our lives are about to begin. So, seize the moment, grab a crayon, and write it in the most promising of colors. Utilize this opportunity to grow, learn, and explore. I promise you won't be disappointed. Lastly, hang your masterpiece on the refrigerator, step back, and be proud of what you have accomplished. Whether you colored a replica of the Mona Lisa or you went completely out of the lines in your coloring book, be confident in yourself and your design. Your dreams were beautifully made for their fulfillment. When you look back on your life, remember, be positive in who you were and who you will always be. After all, we will always be colorful. We will always be lovely, brilliant, enthusiastic, caring, compassionate, and persistent. We will always be quirky, unique, fun-loving, hopeful, and devoted. We will always be a victorious family. But most definitely, we, the class of 2013, will always be loyal and true. Thank you and congratulations.
At this time, I would like to give special recognition to special awards received by the following groups of seniors. Graduates wearing light blue satin pendants are members of the Dragon Chapter of the National Honor Society. This organization is the most prestigious of the co-curricular groups at the high school level. Members are selected by faculty committee and are students who reflect outstanding accomplishments in the areas of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. All 4 areas are equally considered, and students selected for membership must continually strive to use their talents and skills for the improvement of the society. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold the applause until all students are introduced. Amanda Berger, Erica Burney, Joshua Dager, Aaron Fleeg, Marissa Gons, Morgan Greither, Brittany Gross, Molly Hook, Rachel Hook, Brandon Mueller, Kyle Nicholson, Rachel Palmer, Abigail Falk, Tyson Roth, Adam Schwint, Daniel Tarano, Tyler Urick, and Jordan Upchurch. These are your National Honor Society members from the class of 2013. Students, you may be seated. Graduates wearing rainbow-colored honor cords are members of the St. Genevieve chapter of the National Art Honor Society. Members are selected by demonstrating outstanding abilities in the visual arts, including participation in art shows and sales and museum and gallery exhibitions. Students must also receive letters of recommendations from teachers in the area of creativity, dedication, service, and character, and must have achieved an A average in fundamentals of art and maintain that average in every course thereafter. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing, and would everyone please hold your applause until all students are introduced. Kim Brown, Daniel Dowdy, Megan Herman, Mallory Hook, Molly Hook, Teresa Lawson, Lucas Palmer, Ariana Ponder, Kyle Roth, and Nick Sims. These are the National Art Honor Society members from the class of 2013. Students, you may be seated. Several of the students tonight are wearing gold honor cords. The honor cord exemplifies scholastic achievements during the past 4 years. The unique feature about the honor cord is that all students, regardless of their program of study, have an equal opportunity to achieve this honor. We have two groups of these students wearing these honor cords tonight, the honor students and the high honor students. Honor students are those students that have been on the high honor roll or regular honor roll for a total of at least 12 quarters during the past 4 years. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all students are introduced. Justin Adams, Kaylee Arnold, Jordan Bader, Logan Bader, Abigail Baker, Justin Balke, Hannah Bowman, Coral Beckerman, Danielle Boland, Ashley Broyak, Hunter Crace, Lane Devine, Anna Estepare, Megan Filer, Stephen Fitzsimmons, Aaron Fleeg, Holly Fleeg, Clayton Gilo, Megan Giesler, Haley Grass, Alexander Gunter, Lauren Haynes, Megan Herman, Aubrey Camp, Mackenzie Kurtz, Benjamin Klemp, Brock Kreitler, Cheyenne Kreitler, Kayla King, Daniel Lurk, Lucas Palmer, Lindsay Phillips, Desiree Reed, Cole Reynolds, Jacob Rowe, Corinne Roth, Kyle Roth, Rachel Roth, Reagan Schilly, Paige Schmelsley, Ethan Shrimp, Mariah Schweiss, Alyssa Snyder-Lewis, Andrew Suter, Danielle Udy, Olivia Udy, Jordan Upchurch, Nicholas Baith, Jamie Viox, Brooke Wallace, Stephen Wilson, Christina Wolk, Katerina Young, and Carly Zerwig. This amazing number of students are your honor students from the class of 2013. Students, you may be seated. High honor are those students that have been on the high honor roll at least 13 quarters and regular honor roll for 3 quarters during the past 4 years. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing, and would everyone hold your applause until all have been introduced. Amanda Berger, Erica Burney, Brianna Crum, Joshua Danger, Danielle Dowdy, Zachary Dowdy, Haley Dukeman, Emily Giesler, Marissa Gons, Morgan Greither, Brittany Gross, Mallory Hook, Molly Hook, Rachel Hook, Taylor Hudson, Allison Layton, Brendan Mueller, Courtney Nagger, Kyle Nicholson, Rachel Palmer, Abigail Foff, Ariana Ponder, Alan Rayfield, Tyson Roth, Alana Schultz, Adam Schwint, Casey Shelton, Daniel Toronto, and Tyler Urick. These are your high honor students from the class of 2013. Students, you may be seated. We are very proud to acknowledge our A-plus Schools program graduates wearing green and white cords of distinction. These students have met the A-plus requirements, which are a 6.875 non-weighted cumulative grade point average, 95% they got to be here 95% of the time. Maintain good citizenship, and have performed at least 50 hours of tutoring or mentoring. As certified A-plus students, they are eligible for tuition assistance to attend any Missouri community college or vocational technical school. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And again, I ask that you hold your applause until all students are introduced. Justin Adams, Logan Bader, Abigail Baker, Hannah Bowman, Coral Beckerman, Amanda Berger, Ashley Broyak, Kimberly Brown, Erica Burney, Hunter Crace, Brianna Crump, Danielle Dowdy, Zachary Dowdy, Megan Filer, Aaron Fleeg, Holly Fleeg, Clayton Gilo, Emily Giesler, Megan Giesler, Marissa Gons, Haley Grass, Morgan Greither, Brittany Gross, Lauren Haynes, Megan Herman, Taylor Hudson, Whitney German, Aubrey Camp, Brock Kreitler, Allison Layton, Daniel Lurk, Brendan Mueller, Courtney Nagger, Lucas Palmer, Rachel Palmer, Abby Park, Abigail Foff, Lindsay Phillips, Jacob Pinkley, Alan Rayfield, Cole Reynolds, Corinne Roth, Dylan Roth, Kyle Roth, Rachel Roth, Tyson Roth, Reagan Schilly, Paige Schmelsley, Ethan Shrimp, Mariah Schweitz, Adam Schwint, Danielle Uding, Olivia Uding, Jordan Upchurch, Nicholas Vape, Brooke Wallace, Jessica Weber, Jonathan Williams, Stephen Wilson, and Katarina Young. This is the 12th graduating class from St. Genevieve High School as A-plus seniors. We've worked hard and we are very proud of them. Please give them your applause. Students, you may be seated. Students wearing the gold stoles are the current 2012-2013 senior class officers. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And again, I ask that you hold your applause until all are introduced. President, Mr. Adam Paul Schwinn. Vice President, Ms. Marissa Ray Gons. Secretary, Mr. Tyson Stephen Roth. Treasurer, Mr. Brandon Michael Mueller. And our historian, Ms. Brittany Jean Gross. These are the senior class officers of 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. I have the privilege of presenting 4 special awards at graduation to 2 girls and 2 boys in the senior class. These students are voted on by the entire high school teaching staff, and they representing outstanding characteristics such as character, leadership, citizenship, and scholarship. Students, when I call your name, please come up to the stage to receive your award. The recipients of the 2013 Danforth I Dare You Awards are, for the ladies, Ms. Rachel Elise Palmer. And for the gentleman, Mr. Daniel Lee Tirana. The two recipients of the 2013 Outstanding Senior Girl and Senior Boy Awards are, the Outstanding Senior Girl is Miss Marissa Ray Gons. And for the boys, the Outstanding Senior Boy is Mr. Tyson Stephen Roth. Many other students have received honors. These honors have been listed on the inside of the program you have received tonight. Please refer to the program to review the additional numerous academic accomplishments for the class of 2013. Also, each year we would like to take a moment to recognize those students who received local scholarships. We sincerely appreciate the support of the community and businesses that fund the scholarships that these students receive. These scholarships are appreciated by the students, and I know they will help these students to achieve their goals. At this time, I would like to recognize these students and the businesses that sponsor the scholarships. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your name, and please hold your applause until all recipients and businesses have been recognized. Justin Adams, the Glenn Adams Memorial. Kaylee Arnold, Eric Scott. Logan Bader, Sylvanus Products Incorporated, and the St. Genevieve Lions Club. Hannah Bowman, Loida Ag Service. Jacob Beauchamp, Sylvanus Products Incorporated. Amanda Berger, American Legion Post 150. Danielle Boland, the St. Genevieve High School and the William Nobe and Company. Erica Burney, the MFA Foundation and SGHS FFA. Joshua Daget, the Bank of Bloomsdale and the SGHS German Club. Darian Dunsey, Lost Acres Antique Tractor Club, Missy's Family Restaurant, and the SGHS FFA. Danielle Dowdy, the Women's Club Helen Smith Memorial Scholarship. Zachary Dowdy, Herzog Construction and Mid-America Rehab. Megan Filer, SGHS FBLA. Aaron Fleeg, St. Genevieve Elks Lodge 2674 Associate's Degree and Lakenin Insurance Agency. Emily Giesler, the St. Genevieve NEA. Marissa Gons, St. Genevieve R2 Faculty. Morgan Greidler, the Dylan Greidler Memorial and Don Heil Oil Company Incorporated. Brittany Gross, Small Business, Bloomsdale Elementary PTO, Karen McCursey, the National Junior Honor Society, and Little Saline Sportsman's Club. Megan Herman, All Sports Booster, and Loy's North America Chemical Line. Mallory Hook, VFW Post 2210. Molly Hook, the Armella Peterson Memorial, and the Steelworkers Local 169G. Rachel Hook, St. Genevieve Elks Lodge 2674, and the St. Genevieve Chamber of Commerce. Taylor Hudson, St. Genevieve High School. Aubrey Camp, St. Genevieve High School. Ryan Carl, Weingarten JC's, Bill Carl Memorial, and the George Finley Senior Memorial. Mackenzie Kurtz, St. Genevieve High School, St. Gen Yanks Dave Stiegel, and the St. Genevieve NEA. Cheyenne Kreitler, Plaza Tire Service. Kayla Keene, St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital Medical Staff, and the Knights of Columbus Council 1037. Allison Layton, St. Genevieve High School. Brandon Mueller, Zell JC's, St. Genevieve High School, Lost North America Chemical Line. Kyle Nicholson, Citizens Electric Corp. and Bloomsdale Excavating. Rachel Palmer, American Legion Post 150, Women's Club Young Women's, Bloomsdale Elementary PTO, SGHF FCCLA, National Honor Society, and Sons of the American Legion. Abigail Falk, St. Genevieve Community Foundation. Lindsay Phillips, St. Genevieve High School. Jacob Pinkley, the Peggy Johnson Memorial. Ariana Ponder, St. Genevieve Rotary Club and the Independent Study Gifted Ed. Alan Rayfield, St. Genevieve County Democratic Club. Desiree Reed, St. Gen High School. Cole Reynolds, St. Genevieve County Horseshoe League, Woltz Insurance Agency, and St. Gen Vision, Klein Family Eye Care. Corinne Roth, Samson Guns and Ammo, Fisher Quarry and Hauling, LLC, The Doghouse, Virginia Grovey Memorial, and SGHS Scholarship. Kyle Roth, Bader Land Surveying. Tyson Roth, St. Gen High School, All Sports Boosters. Reagan Schilly, the Classic Cruisers Car Club. Paige Schmelsley, Linda Coleman Henson Volleyball. Adam Schwinn, Wholesome. Casey Shelton, St. Genevieve Rotary Club. Andrew Suter, Vern Bowman Contracting Company. Daniel Tarana, the Missouri Association of School Administration. Olivia Uding, SGHS SAG. Tyler Urich, St. Genevieve County Pork Producers, Raymond W. Thomas Memorial, Hill and Dale Garden Club. Jordan Upchurch, SGEL MSTA. Jamie Viox, St. Gen JC's, Katarina Young, Ultraflow. Our small business donors include Follard Bus Service, Dairy Queen, T. Drury Contracting Incorporated, Point Base Development Corporation, Shoe & Sons Plumbing and Heating, Oberly Meats, United Brotherhood of Carpenters 2030, Jerry Herman Construction, Roads 101, St. Genevieve Herald, Bosler Funeral Home, Lurk Custom Cabinets, Computer Solutions, Sarah's Ice Cream, St. Genevieve Manufacturing Company, St. Genevieve County Farm Bureau, Parmer Refinishes LLC, Mill Hill Car Care, Grind Valley Pallet Company LLC, St. Gen Ford, Barley Automotive, and Michael Horrell and Associates LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Please give these scholarship recipients and businesses a round of applause. Students, you may be seated. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the students of the class of 2013 who have enlisted to serve our country and have received their detachment dates. Students, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. And would everyone please hold your applause until all students have been introduced. Mr. Kurt Randall Boyer, United States Marines. Ms. Lane Riley Devine, United States Air Force. Mr. Alexander Braden Gunter, United States Air Force. Ms. Amanda Nicole Holmes, United States Marines. Ms. Marissa Lee Matthey, United States Marines. Mr. Joshua Wayne Oberly, United States Air Force. Ms. Abigail Diane Foff, United States Air Force ROTC, and Ms. Desiree Reed, United States Air Force ROTC. These are the students of the Armed Forces for the class of 2013. Please give them your applause. Thank you. At this time, I would also ask that all veterans of the armed forces who are in attendance tonight, please stand and let us recognize you for your service. Thank you for your service. It gives me great pleasure to call to the podium for the first time as Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Shelley Jokerst.
Good evening. I have done this once before. Once upon a time, Mr. Stewart was in the hospital, and I got pinch hit. So I'm a little nervous, but I think I'll make it okay. Good evening to all of you. It's my privilege to introduce the platform guests this evening, starting with our Board of Education. These people serve this community and our school district without any compensation. Why would they want to do that without being paid? I don't understand. Anyway, they spend countless hours formulating policies and making decisions in the best interest of our young people. I would like to ask them to stand as I introduce them and remain standing until all have been introduced. And please hold your applause until I have introduced all the board members. First of all, our president, Ms. Martha Riesinger, who has served for 23 years. Our vice president, Ms. Joan Dunsey, who has served for 10 years. Our secretary, Mr. Terry McDaniel, who has served for 12 years. Member, Mr. Eric Bosler, 2 years of service. Member, Mr. Charles Crowther, 2 years of service. Member, Mr. Dave Bova, 1 year of service. And our most recently elected board member, Mr. Rick Rudloff. Thank you all. I also want to introduce to you our administrators who are on the platform, without whom these kids would not have made it all the way to where they are at this point. If they would please stand, and if you'll hold your applause till I'm finished. Dr. Jeff Lindsay, our assistant superintendent. Mr. Chris Haney, our high school principal. And Mr. Scott Mercer, our high school assistant principal. At this time, it's my honor to get to recognize a very special and rare accomplishment by one of our graduates. In August of 2000, a little girl attended her very first day of kindergarten, much like all of you. But unlike anyone else in this class, and many other classes, she continued to attend each and every day for the next 13 years. Yes, achieving perfect attendance throughout her entire school career. Please help me congratulate Ms. Rachel Palmer for this outstanding achievement. Now that's something to brag about. Graduates, we're about to reach the moment that you've all been waiting for, striving for the last 13 years. Yes, I know, I feel that way too. On behalf of the staff and administration of the St. Genevieve R2 School District, allow me to extend to you my sincere congratulations. Well done. But don't forget, there are a lot of people who've helped you get here today. Your teachers, obviously, and I appreciate many of them joining us tonight on the ends of the rows. You'll notice them. But not just them. Librarians, counselors, coaches, principals, they all deserve a share of this glory. Don't forget your tech staff, without whom we would not be streaming over the internet, or those over in the PAC wouldn't be seeing us tonight. Cafeteria staff, teaching assistants, secretaries, custodians, maintenance staff, community volunteers, school nurses, bus drivers, bus monitors. There's a whole host of people that go into making our school district a pleasant place in which to learn. Most of all, though, the happiness and pride that these people feel tonight is something that you must share with your parents. Without their love and support, you wouldn't be here today. So in order that we might recognize and thank them, would the parents of our graduates please stand? There you go, guys. Absolutely. And while we've got you up, grandparents, would you please also stand? Because I know some of you all have had a large hand in raising these graduates. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Without you all, we certainly couldn't do what we need to help them get here today. So I thank you as well. All right, graduates, please stand. Mrs. Riesinger and members of the Board of Education, it's my pleasure to declare to you that the young people assembled before you have fulfilled all requirements set forth by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and additional requirements set forth by the St. Genevieve R2 Board of Education. Therefore, they are now eligible to receive their high school diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the St. Genevieve High School senior class of 2013.
Graduates, you may be seated.
Adam Paul Schwint. Rachel Elise Palmer. Justin Robert Adams. Austin James Arnold. Kaylee Rose Arnold. Jordan Lee Bader. Logan Ryan Bader. Abigail Jo Baker. Justin Joseph Balke. Hannah Rose Bowman. Jacob David Beauchamp. Coral Iris Beckerman. Amanda May Berger. Waylon Lane Beezer. Danielle Marie Boland. Ashley Herzog Borowiak. Caitlin Jeanette Boyer. Kurt Randall Boyer. Anthony Robert Brown. Devin Andrew Brown. Kimberly Marie Brown. Erica Vaughn Burney. Dylan John Byington. Tiffany Lynn Campbell. Chase Edwin Karen. Christopher Corby Chambers. Caleb Scott Clare. Hunter Ray Craze. Brianna Renee Crump. Joshua Morgan Daget. Stephanie Nicole DeClue. Lane Riley Devine. Jacob Lee Dixon. Darianne Elizabeth Dunsey. Danielle Judith Dowdy. Zachary Wade Dowdy. Haley Renee Dukeman. Heather Marie End. Anna Marie Estepare. Megan Elizabeth Filer. Stephen Philip Fitzsimmons. Aaron Taylor Fleeg. Holly Elizabeth Fleeg. Colton Wade Paul Gendron. Clayton Joseph Gilo. Emily Elizabeth Giesler. Megan Elizabeth Giesler. Marissa Ray Gons. Haley Nicole Grass. Ryan Lucas Grieshaber. Morgan Michelle Greither. Alexander Braden Gunter. Joshua Lynn Hardy. Jonathan Ray Hart. Joseph Michael Hayes II. Lauren Lynn Hayes. Matthew Ryan Heilig. Dylan Scott Hebb. Brianne Elizabeth Herman. Megan Nicole Herman. Andrea Paige Higgins. Haley Elena Hoff. Amanda Nicole Holmes. Bryn Nicholas Hook. Dylan Thomas Hook. Mallory Danielle Hook. Molly Grace Hook. Rachel Lee Hook. Taylor Lynn Hudson. Kenneth Francis Isbell. Whitney Marie German. Caitlin Rose Johnson. Kevin Dwayne Johnson. Brittany Catherine Jones. Aubrey Rachel Camp. Ryan Edward Carl. Savannah Joe Keir. Julia Lee Kent. Mackenzie Sue Kurtz. Okay.
You go far side, I'll go far side.
Brittany Jean Gross. Benjamin Murphy Klemp. Brock Adam Kreitler. Cheyenne Darlene Kreitler. Derek Michael Cool. Kayla Nicole King. Teresa Lavette Lawson. Allison Elizabeth Layton. Brittany Patricia Lip. Amber Marie Lucifer. Daniel Joseph Lurk. Kaylee Ann Jane Manchek. Marissa Lee Matthew. Audrea Lynn McAlpin. Riley Michael McGee. Mitchell Joseph McKenzie. Taylor Lynn McMillan. Gabriel Michael Meyer. Brandon Michael Mueller. Courtney Michelle Nagger. James Scott Nagger. Kyle David Nicholson. Joshua Wayne Operly. Lucas Ryan Palmer. Abby Ray Park. Abigail Diane Foff. Lindsay Yvonne Ivy Phillips. Jacob William Pinkley. Ariana Alasia Sakara Ponder. Alan Ryan Rayfield. Alexander Philip Reed. Desiree Reed. Alec Joseph Reynolds. Cole Matthew Reynolds. Jacob Mark Rowe. Corinne Elizabeth Roth. Dylan Scott Roth. Kayla Ann Roth. Kyle Robert Roth. Rachel Ann Roth. Tyson Stephen Roth. Shane Matthew Rust. April Rain Sanchez. Reagan Elizabeth Schilling. Paige Marie Smelsley. Ethan Albert Shrimp. Alana Marie Schultz. Tiffany Ray Schwartz. Mariah Taylor Swice. Casey Marie Shelton. Nicholas James Schickles. Lauren Michelle Shue. Nicholas Michael Sims. Alicia K. Smith. Alyssa Renee Snyder Lewis. Ladina Jane Nicole Steele. Ashley Dawn Straub. Andrew Robert Suter. Daniel Lee Tirana. Matthew Edward Terry Jr. Danielle Marie Uding. Olivia Lee Uding. Tyler Michael Urick. Jordan Benjamin Upchurch. Nicholas Richard Bates. Jamie Lynn Viox. Brooke Alexandria Wallace. Jessica Elaine Weber. Morgan Christine Weiler. Megan Elise Weiler. Joseph Douglas Whaley. Jonathan Tyler Williams. Stephen Lee Wilson Jr. Cassandra Lizette Wolf. Christina Michelle Wolf. Kyle Arthur Wolk. Katrina Angelica Yount. Carly Lane Zerwig.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us stand and applaud the graduates. Graduates, please stand. As we close our graduation ceremony, we ask that the audience stay seated until all graduates have exited the building. They will meet with you outside the building at the front of the gymnasium briefly before boarding the buses for project graduation. At this time, I would like to call again on the class officers for the last time as students of SGHS to lead us in the singing of the school song and the traditional changing of the tassel.